relieving the generals of their commands at a feast. After Zhao Guangying came to the throne, two local military governors revolted. It took him a lot of energy to suppress the revolt. Zhao Pu, an old follower, said the chaotic situation in the country lay in the scattering of the military power. The emperor decided to take back military power. In the autumn of 961, Emperor Taizu held a banquet and invited Shi Shouxing and other senior generals. He held up the cup and said, "Everybody wants to be the emperor. Your man may be ambitious, hanker after riches and honors. Wrap the yellow gown around you." The generals were frightened. The next day, they asked to resign. And the emperor agreed immediately. He gave them a lot of money and took back their military power. This was called relieving the generals of their commands at a feast in history. Bao, the upright judge. Many stories have been handed down among the Chinese people about a judge named Bao Zhen for his fearless espousal of justice. When he was a county magistrate, his uncle once violated the law. He showed no partiality for him and sentenced his uncle to death. Many relatives pleaded for his uncle, but he said, "It is not because I am ruthless. It is he who violated the law." After Bao became a court official, there occurred a flood in Kaifeng. He found it was caused by waterside gardens and pavilions built for senior officials. He ordered to remove these constructions. Whoever violated the law, even relatives of the emperor, he did not show any mercy. Whenever there was a case, he would carry out detailed investigations and bring justice to the victim. People admired his character so much that they praised him as the clear sky Bao. General Yue Fei, a paragon of loyalty. As a general of the Southern Song dynasty, Yue Fei wanted to reoccupy the territory of Middle China occupied by the Jin dynasty. The Yue army led by him was very brave and never lost in the battlefield. In 1140, the Jin army under General Wu Zhu invaded with cavalries with special training. The soldiers and war horses were all clad in thick armor called Guaizi horse. Yue Fei found out the weakness and instructed his men to bend and to hack at the horses' legs. The Jin troops fell down from the horses and were defeated. The Yue army reoccupied a lot of lost territory. There was a saying in the Jin army, "It is easier to shake a mountain than to shake the Yue army." Later, the fatuous Emperor Gaozong made peace with the Jin and asked the Yue Fei to retreat from the battlefront. Yue Fei was executed in 1142 on a trumped-up charge of perhaps having guilt. He was only 39 years old then. Wen Jianshan, a renowned minister. When Kublai Khan founded the Yuan dynasty and invaded southward, the Northern Song dynasty called on troops from all over the country. Wen Jianshan raised a volunteer force of more than 10,000 in Jiangxi. He said, "I know that my ability was limited, but I would rather die for my country." Appointed the prime minister, he went to negotiate with the Yuan army and was detained, but managed to escape on the way to Dadu. He went to Fujian and Guangdong and reorganized the forces to fight against the Yuan army. He was captured again because of the great disparity between the two sides. He spent 3 years as a prisoner in Dadu. Kublai Khan told Wen by himself that if you are willing to hold an official position in the Yuan dynasty, I will keep you as the prime minister. Wen replied, now that the Song dynasty is over, all I want is death. Wen Tianshang died in 1283 at the age of 47. Genghis Khan and Kublai Khan. The Mongol was an ancient nationality in North China. Temujin united all of the Mongolian tribes after 10 years of warfare. In 1206, he was chosen their Khan, with the title of Genghis Khan, meaning tough monarch. The Mongol Empire was a strong Eurasian country. Its military action affected the Danube River and had a great influence in the developing of the world history. After his death, the Mongol army defeated Xisha and Jin, and the North China was unified. In 1260, Kublai, grandson of Genghis Khan, succeeded to the position of Khan and established the Yuan dynasty. In 1279, he defeated the Southern Song dynasty, and China was unified into one nation. Kublai reformed the system of administration at both the local and the central level. He set up the Xingcheng system, and it has been continuously adopted in China. Marco Polo's travels in China. The Yuan dynasty had contacts with countries in Asia, Africa, and Europe, and Marco Polo from Venice, Italy, was the most famous foreigner coming to China. In the summer of 1271, Marco Polo arrived in China after a journey of 4 years. Soon he acquired Mongolian, Aquitanian, and talked softly, became a favorite of Kublai Khan, and was often sent on inspection tours. He visited many places of China and served as the magistrate of Yangzhou for 3 years. He returned to his homeland in 1295. He was captured in the war and thrown into prison. He told his stories of the China there. A writer in jail wrote down the stories and edited into a book called The Travels of Marco Polo. Since the 15th century, generally influenced by Marco Polo, European navigators and explorers went to the east to search for a country full of gold. Sima Guan and the Comprehensive Mirror for Aid in Government. As a statesman and historian of the Northern Song dynasty, Sima Guan served as a prime minister. He thought the ruling officers should know the history. He spent 2 years writing a history book from the Warring States period to the Qing dynasty. The Emperor Yingzong was satisfied and encouraged him to continue. He invited famous historians as assistants. To avoid too much sleep, he ordered a pillow made of a round log. If he turned over during sleep, the pillow would slip and he would wake up. It was called the alarm pillow. Sima Guan spent 19 years on the book. The Emperor Shenzong named it Comprehensive Mirror for Aid in Government. It is a history book in chronological style, covering 1,362 years from 403 BC to 959 AD. It is a precious cultural inheritance of ancient China.